Givens saw a pack of hungry wolves charging straight at him. The wolves quickly surrounded him. In a panic, he scrambled up a small tree, trying to escape their attack. But the wolves bit and clawed at the trunk until it was about to snap. Just as disaster was about to strike, gunshots echoed through the forest, scattering the wolves. It turned out the local nomadic tribesmen had come to his rescue. They took Givens back to their camp, where their kindness and care soon nursed him back to health. The tribe's simple life of men hunting and women weaving gave Givens a rare sense of home he hadn't felt in years. But that sense of tranquility didn't last long. The chief received a wanted order issued by the Soviet army. Givens knew it was time to leave. Before his departure, the chief prepared supplies for him and gave him a loyal husky as a companion. By the summer of 1951, Givens finally made it out of the wilderness. He and the husky wandered into a logging site, where the owner instantly recognized him as a fugitive. Surprisingly, the man didn't turn Givens in. Instead, he offered food and told him he could ride a lumber train out of the region. Overjoyed, Givens boarded the train, thinking he was finally close to home. But as soon as he stepped on, the logging boss reported him to the Soviets. At the next station, an officer laid an ambush, ready to capture him. Luckily, Givens was alert. As the train neared the platform, he spotted soldiers everywhere and leapt off with his husky to escape. But fate was cruel. He ran right into the Soviet officer himself. In that life-or-death moment, the husky hurled itself at the officer to buy Givens precious seconds. A gunshot rang out, and the loyal dog collapsed. Givens fought back his grief, climbed up the trestle, and leapt onto the moving train, successfully escaping his pursuers. But the pain of losing his companion weighed heavily on his heart. From then on, Givens became even more cautious. At the slightest sound, he would run. When starving, he stole food from farmhouses. When exhausted, he slept in abandoned shacks deep in the woods. No matter how hard life became, he never gave up the dream of going home. A year later, Givens reached Central Asia. The bustling markets and crowds overwhelmed him. His scruffy beard and strange behavior caught the eye of a merchant. The merchant followed him, overhearing Givens praying in a church, and confirmed he was a German escapee. But the merchant didn't turn him in. Instead, he took Givens home. He had Givens wash up, put on new clothes, and then forged documents for him. With the merchant's help, Givens made it to the Soviet-Iranian border. Only a bridge stood between him and freedom. Once across, he would be safe in Iran, free from pursuit, and finally able to reunite with his wife and daughter. But just then, a bright light shone in his face. A shadowy figure approached. Givens' heart suddenly clenched with shock. It was the Soviet officer who had hunted him all this time. After all he had endured, was everything about to end in failure? Givens clenched his fists, his heart filled with unwillingness. Yet, to his astonishment, the officer stopped and stepped aside. Chasing him this far had been duty. Letting him go was respect for his unbreakable will. At last, on a stormy night, Givens returned to his long-lost hometown. As if by fate, the little girl sensed something. In that moment, under his wife's tearful gaze, her husband finally came home.